What's up? It's your boy Phil the Casual. I know I haven't uploaded in a couple days. I have been recording videos, but I haven't really liked the way any of them turned out. Uh, I might post a tier list, but it seemed kind of redundant. There was a bunch of stuff I was doing, but we are here to talk about the Celtics reportedly offered, not that we're like thinking about offering, but like offered the Brooklyn Nets a trade for Kevin Durant. And that trade it was centered around Jaylen Brown. So two things. One, yes, Kevin Durant being traded for. Oh, and I'll say it. And the Celtics and the Nets turned it down because they also wanted Marcus Smart in the trade. They were offered Jaylen Brown, Derrick White, and a draft pick. I understand wanting more than that. You probably want extra picks or Marcus Smart. I would take Marcus Smart just because I think you could probably get another better pick if you wanted to trade him. That being said, I think Kevin Durant for Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown and Derrick White makes the Celtics better. However, now that you've offered it, you kind of have to do it because now Jaylen Brown's been hearing his names in the trades. And that doesn't mean you have to do it. But, he's reacting. He's like, oh, shake my head. Like, I'll take this off. It's freaking. But yeah, she's like, shake my head. Like, all this stuff is wild. Like, of course, like, you were just the best player on a finals team because Jason Tatum was not that player in the finals. But yeah, like, you just were like, you were the only person on your team who like showed up consistently, and now you're in trade talks. I mean, I'd feel some kind of way about it. That being said, like, come on, man, it's KD, right? Like, how mad do you get if you're offered for KD? Like, unless you're Steph Curry, LeBron James, like one of these super young like stars who are like, I don't know, if you're like Ja Morant and you get offered for KD, I'd feel some kind of way about that too. But you know what I mean. Jaylen Brown's not that level of player, and Kevin Durant most definitely is. Now, from the Nets' perspective, I would trade. I don't think I would trade KD for Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart if you think you can convince him to stay. If you don't think you can convince him to leave to stay and he wants to leave no matter what, I'd do this deal. Jaylen Brown. So here's looking at it from both sides. For the Nets, you have Kevin Durant. Sorry, so you have I don't know if you're going to keep Kyrie, so I'm not going to include him in this. So you have Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, right? So you can run Ben Simmons at the 4 or at the 5. You've got your 1 and 2 guards. You've got Seth Curry. You have a multitude of players coming off the bench who can fill it up. Joe Harris. I believe we traded for. I think Patty Mills re-signed. And on the Celtics, I believe we still have Nick Claxton, uh, and a couple of other people. We have our first round pick from this year, Day'Ron Sharp, right? Day'Ron Sharp. And I think they also just signed T.J. Warren. Although I don't know what version of T.J. Warren we're gonna get. So we're probably a little bit thin at the forward spot. Of course, you're trading away a forward, so it makes sense. But that is how it is. For the Celtics, you have Malcolm Brogdon, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Robert Williams, Al Horford, Grant Williams. You don't have Derrick White, but come on, just that 6 alone. Like, if you can fill out anyone else. Oh, and the Nets also have Royce O'Neal. I should mention we traded for Royce O'Neal. So, although if we get Marcus Smart, Royce O'Neal becomes a little bit redundant. I think you'd rather have Seth Curry coming off the bench. And if you've got Marcus Smart, Seth Curry, Jaylen Brown, Royce O'Neal, like how many minutes is Royce O'Neal really going to play? You know, I mean, I guess if Seth falls off a cliff for you, it's like you need the defense more. Trade away Seth Curry and you keep Royce O'Neal, but yeah, it's probably more dependent on which way the team wants to go. I think with Ben Simmons, you probably want the offense, but that's just me and the floor spacing. I don't know. I would do I would consider this trade if we get Marcus Smart and a second pick, I'd do it. I'd do it. I don't think one pick is enough. I think it's got to be two picks because I think if the Celtics get Kevin Durant, they can win the title next year, and I would say that they would be the favorites. If you're trading Kevin Durant from trading, I mean, this isn't prime KD, but he's still prime KD. So, I mean, that's like a 2 or 3 year window where you have championship aspirations. That you got there with these guys, but you don't know if you're going to get there again. Like you've shown that these guys can consistently do deep playoff runs. If you're the Celtics, you can do deep playoff runs. They made the conference finals like 5 times. But are they gonna be able to win a championship? You're putting a lot of faith in Jason Tatum being a better player and being a better passer, which he was for a lot of the year, and he just got shut down by the Warriors. The Warriors were just all in his passing lanes, and they were throwing all sorts of defenses at him that he just wasn't prepared for. This has been kind of a ramble more than anything, but I don't think as offered the Nets should take that trade. However, they can get one more player and one more pick. That player and pick being Marcus Smart and a first rounder. If they don't offer Marcus Smart and they offer Jaylen Brown, Derrick Williams, or Derrick White, Robin Williams, and a pick, would I do that instead of Marcus Smart? And they're like, hey, we want our DPOY still on the team, and we think we can get Al Horford. I think I'd do that. I mean, Robin Williams is really good, and that way you have more space at the guard spot. But I don't think they'd offer him. I think they'd keep Robin Williams over Marcus Smart. Call me crazy. I just think he's a better defender. He's a better defender than the defensive player of the year on his own team. And I think he's a lot of the reason why they were such a good defensive team this past year. More so than Marcus Smart. I think they'd rather keep him. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested in what's gonna happen. Yeah, but beyond that, I've been working on a script for a video. I'm gonna try to get away from this kind of reaction content and start putting out, more well thought out stuff. I don't know how much I'll be able to get to, and the uploads will slow down, but I think I just wanted to upload often to prove to myself that I could, and that I could be consistent with it. And now that I'm like, okay, you have been consistent with it, time to take that next step. And yeah, that's just how it is. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, leave a like and subscribe.